5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson, the president of the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore, and you're with us today watching the Community Foundation Spotlight, a show on PAC 14. And with us today is Jamie Weig, who is the president of Junior Achievement. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's great for you to be here.
Thanks.
On this chilly morning in November.
It is chilly.
Anyway, I just wanted to start off by asking you to tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, how long you've been with Junior Achievement, and anything else you might like our listeners to know.
Okay. I am going into my 6th year with Junior Achievement. I can't believe it's been that long. It actually seems to have flown by. But I came from a family of entrepreneurs, and when I moved I came here to go to Salisbury University, Salisbury State back then, and after I graduated, I stayed here and opened my own business, and I had learned about Junior Achievement through donating. I ended up volunteering for a class a little bit over 6 years ago, and I loved it, and I thought this is exactly what we need in this community. And 6 years later, I'm still the president, and I love it every day.
Great. What exactly is Junior Achievement?
Well, Junior Achievement is a nonprofit organization. We teach 3 things: financial literacy, workforce readiness, and entrepreneurship. We teach kindergarten through 12th grade, and we teach all 6 counties here on the shore.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Where do you go up to? You go up to Dorchester, you go up to Talbot?
And Caroline. So I have,
Caroline.
Yes,
wow.
I have Caroline, Talbot, Dorchester, Wacomico, Worcester, and Somerset. I've not said that before.
That's very good. Can you tell us how the economy that's been changing recently, not for the better, I must say, is impacting Junior Achievement? Does it have any impact?
Well, surprisingly, we've been very blessed that it has not impacted us negatively. And I believe with the economy the way it is and people not making responsible decisions about money, it has actually put a light on our organization to showcase the importance of what it means to provide children financial literacy, not just when they've already created their habits later on in high school, but as early as kindergarten. We start implementing good, fiscally responsible citizens.
Fantastic. What exactly is your mission?
Our mission is to ensure that every student on the Eastern Shore receives financial literacy, workforce readiness, and entrepreneurship education.
How do you teach all that? You've got to have volunteers, right?
I do.
Tell me about those guys and gals.
I know. We teach over 6,000 kids here on the shore. So with those 6,000 children, I do not have time to teach all of those. And the unique part of Junior Achievement is our volunteers. So I go out into the community and recruit volunteers from business organizations, retirees, whoever wants to go into the classroom and really make a difference. We provide the curriculum, we do the training, the volunteer simply shows up and provides our curriculum, but enhances it by adding real life skills, real examples of what they've gone through, the shoulda, woulda, couldas, the things they regretted or the things they would have done differently. It also allows children to hear about new jobs and career opportunities, different titles, and ask questions from a business member in the community. And you may hear this stuff from your parents or your teacher, but someone new and someone different is always important.
It is. Now, do you go out and recruit them?
Yes.
But if someone wanted to volunteer, how would they go about doing that?
All they have to do is they can email us or call us, and we will send them a registration form. And this is the best part. You can pick your child's class, your grandchild's class, your niece or nephew's class, and you can pick whatever grade you want, whatever skill set you are most passionate about. So for instance, I have an entrepreneurial program. If you're an entrepreneur, I'll put you in that program. We teach so many kids and so many classes, we can put you exactly where you want to be.
So I'm guessing that not just anybody can be a volunteer? I mean, you have to have certain criteria. You have to have expertise and experience.
No.
Tell me about this.
We do all of our training. So we provide you with the curriculum and everything. Literally, our guidebook, when you open it, it says, say your name, greet the students.
Okay.
It is so easy. However, some of our high school programs, for instance, we have a personal finance program that talks about 401k, retirement planning. I would use a financial advisor for that. And not because someone else doesn't know about it, but that a financial advisor can provide the most up-to-date law changes, information, the most relative thing. Plus, there are a lot of smart high school kids out there that might ask a question that could even stump a financial advisor.
That's probably true. Some of them are investing.
That's right. That's right.
Now, you provide the curriculum, you provide all the training aids and materials and everything. How flexible is the curriculum? Say, for example, someone wants to come in but can share a unique program, a unique experience that they may have had that is, in a way, is very consistent with what your criteria are in your curriculum, but maybe a little outside of that. Could you do that too?
Yeah, so in our trainings and in our guidebook, our curriculum is approved at the state level through the Board of Education. So we can't deviate in terms of going outside that curriculum. However, there are places inside that guidebook that ask you to please provide an example. And that's where the program comes to life, because volunteers have so much to give, especially my retirees that teach.
Yeah.
They're my favorite because they have an aerial view of their life and all the career decisions they made and all the financial decisions they made, what they wish they would have done or learned or experienced. So, they really provide an insight to students that I just don't think you can get from one source. You have to get it from a community.
Tell us again exactly all the subjects that you teach.
So it's financial literacy, workforce readiness, and entrepreneurship. So that could be anything. We could be teaching how to write a check, keeping a checkbook, avoiding credit cards, filling out a job application, how to dress appropriately for an interview, how to job prospect. We also do career development so that they can find the skills that they want to go into the career that they want to do. And then the entrepreneurship, which is where my heart lies. We have a JAB entrepreneurial program that is an actual business plan. They have to go through everything from submitting it to a bank, what questions to ask a bank, cash flow, competitive analysis. And the ideas these kids come up with are amazing.
Now, are these real opportunities for these kids, or is this just a learning experience?
Well, it's a learning experience, but I can't imagine that somebody hasn't gone through the JAB entrepreneurial program and actually created the entrepreneurial business that they came up with.
Right. I just want to take a moment to remind viewers that you're watching the Community Foundation Spotlight today on PAC 14, and I am Doug Wilson, the president of the foundation, and with me is Jamie Wieg, who is the president of Junior Achievement. So let's move on. Can you give me some examples of things that the children, I guess some of them aren't children anymore, high school age, might learn? You mentioned the entrepreneurship one, and they have to put together a business plan, and they have to give it to a bank, and they have to do everything involved with market research and all that kind of thing, I would guess. But in terms of financial literacy, aside from how to do a checkbook, what other kinds of things might they be learning?
Well, one of the programs we implemented this year that I'm really excited about, we implemented it in Wicomico County. It's something I'd like to do in all the counties, and we're doing it under a piloted program through our national office. So they're kind of providing this program to us pro bono so we can try it out and see if it's something our community will like. It's called JA Personal Finance Virtual. It is
I have a virtual checking account.
Yeah, I know. And it is amazing. The kids go into this virtual world where they create an avatar of themselves.
Really?
They have to get a job, they have to open a checking account, they have to pay all their bills, and they go through this program. Now, in this program, I would sell sponsorships for the bank, for the businesses, for the grocery store, and they would visit all of these local companies sponsored by local businesses and go through the whole program. And at the end of the day, they don't want to be negative in their banking account.
Right.
So they have to make decisions.
Wow. Now, did you talk about debt? Because debt's a huge problem in the States.
Yep. We talk about credit cards. In fact, one of our programs is an 8th grade program, and the kids buy with a credit card a cup of coffee. And it's $1.29, which I think they should change because obviously Starbucks is over $4.
Yeah, where do you get that?
I know. So they buy a coffee for $1.29, and at the end of a year or whatever the time span is, they've paid $19 for this cup of coffee.
Yes.
And all the kids are like, why wouldn't you just buy it in cash then? that's the aha moment we look for.
Right.
You know, they're all of a sudden realizing, wow, interest can really get you in trouble if you don't pay it off.
Right. It's the expedience, isn't it? I mean, I can just reach in my wallet and bring out a credit card and worry about the payments later, and guess what? Yeah.
Instant gratification.
Instant gratification. How are you funded? How do you maintain operations? Tell me about that.
So we're completely free to the schools. We do not charge the schools anything. All of our funding comes from local businesses that sponsor programs, so they can adopt a class, they can adopt a school, they can sponsor a program. We also get money from our special events, so we put on events throughout the year to try to raise money for JA, and then we do grants. Now with our grants, because we're free to the school, we do not get state or federal funding because we don't want to compete with the schools for educational dollars.
Sure.
So it's just private and family foundations. In fact, we get quite a bit from the community foundation, so thank you very much.
You're welcome. That's terrific. So that's where you get your funding from.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
How can someone watching this program help support you?
Well, I always say when I leave a meeting, there's 3 ways you can help me. You can, or help JA. You can help advocate. Just tell people about JA. Throughout your day, you'll probably hear someone complain about their child is in credit card trouble, or my son doesn't know how this. To tell them, have you heard about junior achievement?
Right.
We're out there fighting the fight against, financially illiterate children, and just tell them about our program.
Yeah.
Volunteer. We always need volunteers, someone to go into the classroom to share their experience, and then support. Financially support a program. It's as little as $30 to support a child to get financial literacy in this area.
Great. I'd like to back up a second. Junior Achievement is an organization, I guess. Is it part of a national kind of an organization or international?
Yes, sir.
How long has Junior Achievement been around? Really?
And since the early 20s, 1920 it came around, and it used to be an after-school program for the elite. So it was created to try to create boosting business, booming business for young entrepreneurs. And as we've evolved, we've become approved by the Board of Education so that we can be inside the classroom and not take away from any of their current curriculum. So we fit and align ourselves right along with that curriculum.
That's great. So it's been around a long time. It's all over the place. Now, I take it there are a number of Junior Achievement organizations in Maryland?
Yes, there's actually, there's 2 in Maryland. There's the Baltimore location and then ours.
Yeah.
We also have one close by in Wilmington, and we have one in D.C.
Great.
And of course, all 3 of those are very large. We're a little bit smaller, but we're getting there.
Do you have anything new and exciting coming up, an event or other kind of activity program that you'd like to share with our audience?
Well, we have tons of events that go on all year long. We do have our annual BOGO book, which is a buy one, get one free dinner book.
Okay.
So we'll have that coming up for the holidays. People can buy those as Christmas gifts.
Sure.
And then our next events are the big ones in the spring, which is our annual Ladies Night Out. This will be our 7th or 8th. And our golf tournament, which is the 30th annual golf tournament of the year. So behind SU, we have the longest running golf tournament.
Wow. Do you have a website?
Yes, sir.
And they can go on there and
Absolutely.
Why don't you tell us what it is?
It's www.easternshore.ja.org, or you can visit www.ja.org at any time.
And that will get they'll be able to find you through that.
Yep,
I
either
take
way.
it that's the
national.
national one.
Yep.
Well, that's fantastic. It has been great having you on the show today. It's
thank
terrific.
you.
And Junior Achievement is a great advent to our community, and it's great that you're providing this service to our kids in school, because financial literacy, entrepreneurship, leadership, and all those kinds of things are what makes us a great area to live, eh?
That's right. Thank you so much.
One last thing you want to add?
Volunteer for JA, advocate, and help support programs.
Great. Anyway, Jamie, thanks very much for coming.
Thank
Enjoyed
you.
having you today. And we hope to see you again on another edition of our Community Foundation Spotlight. I'm Doug Wilson, signing off. Thanks very much for watching.
Would you like to see your community organization or nonprofit group featured on PAC 14? To get started, contact us at 410-677-5014 or visit our website at www.pac14.org. PAC 14 is a great way to connect with your community.